Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Halima and in today's session we'll be covering subtraction. Before we start solving, I'd like to tell you a fact about subtraction. When we subtract 0 from a number, it does not change the value of the number. What I mean is if I subtract 0 from 7, the answer will be 7. The value of 7 does not change, right? So let's get started. Before we start solving sums, I'd like to clear concepts of from and difference. Look at the question. It says subtract 124 from 358. You have to remember the rule of from. That is, that whenever it says subtract from, then we take the last number first. For instance, in this case, it's going to be 358 minus 124. The last number comes first, right? Now I'll tell you the rule of difference. So whenever the question comes, find the difference between 3,437 and 2016. Remember, in difference, first number comes first. So in this case, we'll have 3,437 and 2016. This is how we're going to subtract. So remember the rule of from. The last number comes first. So in this case, we're going to have 358 written as first. But even before that, we must remember the place value chart. Let's start solving from the ones place. Look, 8 minus 9 is not possible. Why? Because 8 is smaller than 9, right? So look here, what we're going to do is we're going to borrow from the next neighbor. So our next neighbor is 5. We'll make 5 as 4 and 8 will become 18. So 18 minus 9 is 9. 4 minus 2 is 2 and 3 minus 1 is 2. So the difference between 129 and 358 is 229. This was simple subtraction, wasn't it? Let's subtract some more sums here. But remember, before solving, we must know the place value chart. And also that we have to start from the ones place and then move towards the side. Let's start solving from the ones place. Look, 7 is smaller than 8. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow from 8. Let's make 8 as 7 and 7 will become 17. So 17 minus 8 is 9. 7 minus 9 is not possible. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow it from 6. We'll make 6 as 5 and 7 as 17. So 17 minus 9 is 8. Okay, there's nothing under 5. So we're going to assume there's a 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Again, there's nothing in the thousands place under 5. So we're going to assume there's a 0. And 5 minus 0 is 5. Remember, I told you that when you subtract anything from 0, any number from 0, the value of the number will not change. So is the case in this sum. If you subtract 5 from 0, the value of 5 did not change here, right? I hope it's clear now. Moving on to part B, starting from the ones place, let's have a look at the number. 5 minus 6 is not possible because 5 is smaller than 6. Let's borrow from our next neighbor, number 7. 7 will become 6 and 5 will become 15, right? So 15 minus 6 is 9. 6 minus 9 again is not possible. We're going to borrow it from 3. 3 will become 2 and 6 will become 16. So 16 minus 9 is 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. And there is nothing under 8. So we're going to write as it is or assume there is a 0 and subtract it from 0. The answers will still remain the same. Moving on to part C, starting from the ones place, 4 minus 9 is not possible. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow it from 6. So 6 will become 5 and 4 will become 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. 5 minus 6 is not possible. We're going to borrow it from 8. 8 will become 7 and 5 will become 15. So 15 minus 6 is 9. 7 minus 3 is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. This is it. We're moving on to part D. Starting from the ones place, 1 minus 4 is not possible. We're going to borrow it from 3. So 3 will become 2 and 1 will become 11. So 11 minus 4 is 7. 2 minus 8 is again not possible. We're going to borrow it from 7. 7 will become 6 and 2 will become 12. So 12 minus 8 is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4, and 6 minus 3 is 3. That's it. Let's move on to more questions. Let's subtract again. I hope by this time you remember that we have to start off from the ones place and then move forward, right? In this case, 1 minus 2 is not possible. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow from our next neighbor. Oh God, our next neighbor is a 0. What are we going to do? Let's borrow it from the other neighbor. Oh no, this one is a 0 too. Let's jump off to the other one. Thank God this is a number. So number 7 is a lifesaver right here. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow it from 7. 7 will become 6. 1 will become 11. The other zeros will become 9, 9. So 11 minus 2 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. And there's nothing under 6. So we'll assume there's a 0. And so 6 minus 0 is 6. Moving on to part B. Starting from the ones place. Have a look at the number. 5 minus 8 is not possible. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow it from our neighbor. But our neighbor is a 0. Let's jump off to another neighbor. We're going to borrow it from 1. So 1 will become 0. 5 will become 15. And 0 will become 9, right? So 15 minus 8 is 7. 9 minus 9 is 0. 0 minus 2 is not possible. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow it from 4. So 4 will become 3. And 0 will become 10. Now 10 minus 2 is 8, and 3 minus 3 is 0. 807 is our answer, right? Oh God, now we have so many zeros here. This is how I feel they're looking at me. Okay, let's solve these zeros. Starting from the ones place, 0 minus 7 is not possible. Let's jump off to another number. I don't like these zeros being our neighbors. What about you? Let's jump off to 3. 3 is our lifesaver here. So 3 will become 2, 0 will become 10, and this 0 will become 9. Okay? 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. 2 minus 4 is not possible. We're going to borrow it from 6. 6 will become 5, and 2 will become 12, right? So 12 minus 4 is 8, and 5 minus 2 is 3, right? This is it. God, look at these zeros. So many of them. Let's solve them. 0, 0, 0, right? Let's jump off to number 4. So 4 will become 3. This 0 will become 10. And the other ones will become 9, 9. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, I hope you've understood. Now all these zeros are looking at me like this. Let's have a look at these questions. Starting from the ones place, 5 minus 6 is not possible because 5 is a smaller number. Let's move on to number 7. 7 will become 6 and 5 will become 15. So 15 minus 6 is 9. 6 minus 8 is not possible. We're going to borrow it from 9. 9 will become 8. And 6 will become 16. So 16 minus 8 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. And 5 minus 1 is 4. Moving on to the other one. In the ones place, 5 minus 0. Remember, 0 subtracted from any number does not change the value of the number. So 5 we're going to write as it is. 0 minus 6 is not possible at all. We're going to borrow it from 1. 1 will become 0 and 0 will become 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 0 minus 6 is not possible. We're going to borrow it from 7. 7 will become 6 and 0 will become 10 again. 10 minus 6 is 4 and 6 minus 2 is 4 again. Let's look at the question here. Look at these zeros once again. Let's solve them. It's a 0, 0, 0. So we're going to jump off to number 8. So 8 will become 7. The first 0 will become 10. And the other ones will become 9. Let's start solving now. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. And 7 minus 5 is 2. Let's solve the last question of the session together. Okay? Look here. 1 minus 4 is not possible. Our next neighbor is a 0. The other one is a 0 too. What we're going to do is we're going to jump off to number 3. So 3 will become 2, 1 will become 1, and the other zeros will become 9 and 9. So 11 minus 4 is 7, 9 minus 8 is 1, 9 minus 9 is 0, and 2 minus 2 is 0, right? That's it. We're done. I hope you've understood the concept of subtraction. I hope you enjoyed the session. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.